Folks, anyone that's driving a black Chevrolet Trax that's parked right out here with a Connecticut plate on it, I need that moved up against the wall as soon as possible. That's impeding our flow of traffic here. So if somebody's driving a black Chevrolet Trax, I need y'all to go move that right quick, please.
Or you will have to show on your trailer at San Antonio this year. It's just I'm gonna put that as a footnote. Just remember that.
Alrighty, sorry for the delay. We're going to start off with Crane Show Pigs. They've got us 3 entries here. The light cross is going to be the lead off. That's going to be tagged 67. Sorry, the light cross is going to be the first one. That'll be tagged 67. That's going to be an all over 8 seconds. Okay, the Yorkshire, the white one, is going to be tagged 88. That's going to be a Not Afraid Ricky Bobby. And then tag 25 is going to be the belted one, and that's going to be a Hang Tight Slow Hand. These will be the 3 from Crane Show Pigs. So our round 1 pigs are going to be yellow tags. Our round 2 is going to be red tags, and then round 3, which is just a couple of them, those are going to be white tags. These will be the trio from Crane.
Well, we start off our Syndicate preview with Crane Show Pigs, and a family comes out of Colorado and brings us a phenomenal set, and a family that does a phenomenal job. I know lots of different breeds, lots of different types and kinds as we drop them out here, and I think hogs that feed extremely good. We were fortunate enough to get to feed one of them Berkshires out of there last year. That thing fed so good, and I think these things look the same. I think they're hogs that come out here. They got the right kind of proportions, they got the right kind of rib cage, right kind of shape and muscle and look and presence about them. I think 3 very neat ones here to start us off in our preview this evening from Crane Show Pigs.
Ansley, yeah, we'll release them here on the opposite side, go down the alley back to the pens. Alrighty, next in is going to be IDK Genetics. They brought us tag 10 and tag 59. Tag 10 is going to be the crossbred. That's going to be a No Regard to the Extreme Dirty Lovin'. The 48s, this litter of pigs is going to be the product of a bred purchase that they got from Miller Time Show Pigs. Been fortunate enough to get a few pigs from Cade over the last couple of years, and the 48s have had a heck of a deep litter. So extremely deep in quality. Big-legged, stout-looking pigs. That'll be the dark cross is going to be tag 10, and then tag 59 is going to be the Berkshire marked one. That's going to be a fair and square, just for Burke, bulletproof on Bulletproof's mom.
Mine's not hot. Well, if you pay attention down here, the IDK program is something always to be admired of what they've built and what they've gotten done. Jess and Nick and what they put together, their focus on putting females in has always been very good. You know, the first thing that came to mind to me is when the Burke came out. We had a Burke from them a couple of years ago that I weighed out that Nick was super happy about. They won his class there at Houston, weighed him out in the champion drive, and so kudos to me. If you watched earlier today in the sale, I think those guys had a boar bring 40, 50 plus, and I think that's testament to their program and what they put in. But those pigs always feed, and you always see them surface there at the end every year. Certainly a diversity from a breed standpoint, but a nice pair here from IDK.
Alrighty, the next one in here is going to be a single entry from Sure Success, John Moyers and that bunch. We've tried to get John here for a couple of years and just couldn't make it work, but the few times that he does decide to bring one out, I'm always very pleased. I've seen a lot of Snapchats of this pig, had a lot of questions about this pig, and we like this one a bunch. This is going to be from Sure Success. This will be tag 6. This is going to be a stud monkey tricked out. The tricked out sow is going to be a litter mate to the class winning bear they had at San Antonio a couple of years ago for the Barabs family. The sow also would have had a class winner at Houston this past year. Sow they got a lot of confidence in. Again, a good show pig that I saw in the nursery a couple of times whenever I went and tried to lease a few gilts a couple of weeks back. Been looking forward to this one for quite a bit, and whenever he brought him out just the other day, I was very pleased. So again, tag 6 from Sure Success.
Well, I don't know John very well, but I think this is a neat kind of pig, sired by Stud Monkey, the boar there that came from Blunt's, that stood at Brockman's, and now resides in Arlington up there at Premium Blend. That boar's done a very good job, and you've seen that throughout the sale season. Those hogs have sold well. They look the part. I think this pig comes in and certainly replicates that in terms of his look and his presence from the side. Things high to shoulder in relation to his length of body. I think it's awfully neat. Good belted pig here from Sure Success.
Alrighty, the next pairing here is going to be from Blunt Farms. Again, the yellow tag is going to be their lead off there that Kylie's on. That's going to be tag 3. That's going to be a Fear Not, Say So, Quite Frankly. That sow is going to be a litter mate to the class-winning heavy crossbred at Houston in 25, and then Grandma is going to be a mate to the reserve overall at Houston in 23. That'll be the yellow tag that Kylie's on, and then tag 54 is going to be a Trippy, the boar that stands there at Lenders. On a Wham, Quite Frankly, sow. Mom's a first litter Wham sow. The stoutest, heaviest bone one there that they've got at the place. So lead off is tag 3, the yellow tag, and then the red tag is going to be tag 54.
Well, we've already referenced Blunt's hogs once here, and the lineage that they've got there. And I would tell you that if you haven't really dove in and paid attention to the winners here in the last few years, you can look at what this firm has done, and I would tell you they've won as much as anybody in our state year after year, and just consistently on what they put together. And I think because they've made the mold that look like these two do. I'm not going to sit here and describe all these pigs to you because you've got eyes and you can see them yourself. But I think pigs that probably could stretch. And hogs that have got the bigger pieces that Blunt always brings out that have the shot to win. Every time the stud monkey thing is a hog that Blunt raised, like Todd or they had just said a second ago, that stands at Laird's. Brockman raised a boar pig this year that's still, he was good and brought plenty. But this pair of pigs, just study the program, know what they've done, and know that the consistency is there on the feedability and the predictability of that program.
Alrighty, the next pairing here is going to be from us, the Empty Heart Livestock. We brought a pair of them. So lot number 9 is going to be the Berkshire there, the yellow tag. That's going to be a pin 1, top it off, Waterberg. The mother of these doesn't have a super fancy story because it's her first litter of pigs, but the 60 litter grandmother behind these has quite the resume for both us, and then her littermate sisters are in production there. We bought that grandmother, that Waterberg female, as a baby from the Linder firm, kind of acquired her after Jason Foote kind of picked her out. Her first litter, she had the high seller at Texas Elite in 2024, and then obviously that sow just had all 3 bearers that have gone back to the Waterberg female that have shown at Texas Majors have made the sale in the last year. So Dirty Burke is going to be tag 9. And then tag 58 is going to be the spot. That's going to be a ragweed, remain silent loudmouth. Ragweed's going to be the boar that Puts got there at the house. We've had a couple litters of ragweeds. Last year, this time, we had a litter of ragweed pigs that ended up being fourth overall at the Arizona National in the Gilt Show. This sow's first litter that she had last year would have had the 5th overall spot at San Antonio, 4th overall spot at Texas Elite, Texas Bred Bear that was a class champion there at Angelo, as well as a cell maker at San Antonio and a bear that placed there at Houston. So her second litter of pigs, we like them quite a bit. There'll be some that go to sales here in the next couple of weeks as well. So tag 9 will be the Berkshire, tag 58 will be the spot.
Well, I certainly admire Matt and Taylor and for what they've put together. And it doesn't matter if they're Berkshires, if they're Spots, if they're Yorkshires, if they're belted ones, they're Landrace, whatever it might be. Those guys do their homework. They've been diligent in putting in females and building them the way they want. They kicked all our teeth in last year there at Kerrville with their crew and a set of gilts that they took and put together, and then I'm sure took home and was able to put those gilts in production. I think he dropped these two out here, and I think they certainly fit the mold for what you would think empty heart pigs look like in terms of look, presence, and their silhouette from the side. I think hogs that have a very neat look, a very modern look in terms of how they're put together. Combine that with some extra feature and some extra bulk and mass when you get on the top side of their skeleton. I think that's a really good pair. Those Berkshires have been a little bit challenging to find here. I think that's a neat pig as he crosses there that Matt leads off with. Good pair here from MT Hart.
Alrighty, the next guy in here is going to be F2 Genetics. One of my best friends, Trey Flores, there. That's right down the road in Castroville. I don't want to be a broken record, but I love this pair of pigs. I've seen them probably every other day since they were on the sow. Trey's been hyped up about the mating, about the litter of pigs, and then especially about this pair of them. We've been put on the Syndicate. This will be the 5th year, and this is for sure, without a doubt, both of them. Compared to any other pig we've ever had walk through here, the most popular, and the amount of questions I've had and inquiries I've had on this pair and what Trey brought. And then whenever we got, I saw them, I guess, a couple weeks ago. The first day he dropped them down, they were skinny. But when they got here, I was very impressed. So they're going to be a pair of litter mates. They're going to be, again, tag 8 and tag 57. Tag 8 is going to be the yellow tag. They're going to be TS2s, which is going to be the board that stands there at Purple Power, the Danner crew, on a rock piranha sow. A first parity gilt litter. Again, not a whole super fancy story on them, but the pigs are good. They're a little small, but we like these a bunch. Tag 8 will be the yellow tag, and the red tag will be tag 57 from F2.
From my viewpoint, Todd's viewpoint, and Matt's viewpoint, the neatest part about this is I could see everybody perk up when these hogs walked in, and justifiably. I've heard about them. I've seen them. I saw them last night. I made an idiot of myself. I got out of that chair, walked around, probably cost myself a little bit of money, but I knew at that point it wouldn't have mattered because everybody's going to see them today, so it wouldn't matter. Boys, good job. You just don't see them that heavy bone, that loose, that built like that very often. I'm just telling you, you can go to this sale, you can go to any sale this fall and try to find you a red pig. I would tell you, good luck finding them better than these.
Alrighty, the next couple of pigs in here is going to be from Impact Livestock, Ian Schaefer and his family. We've got tag 33 and tag 74. So the yellow tag is going to be the dark cross that Benson's on there. That's going to be in another time, quite frankly, next intention. That pig is a crip, not a super fancy story. A little bit about Ian. Obviously, his family has been raising pigs for a long time, and Ian was my college roommate there at Connors in junior college on the judging team together. His first year raising pigs as Impact with his own family and his own kind of name. He had the high seller at Syndicate. He's had probably more consistent success and consistency in terms of just quality of pigs that come every year, and they just feed really, really well. So the dark cross will be tag 33. Another time, quite frankly. And then tag 74 is going to be the white one that Ian's on. That's going to be another time, unashamed kind of big deal. Another time is going to be the boar that stands there at the Wysoon Firm there in Wall, raised by Todd, sitting here next to me. We had a litter of those. That would have been the sire of the champion, Light Cross of Texas Elite. Good boar, good feeding pigs, tag 33 and tag 74 from Impact.
Ian and Chom are good friends of ours and have been for a while, and it's been neat to see their brand grow and just continue to improve as far as things go. I mean, obviously both of them came from incredibly good families and have a passion for this industry, and they do a good job. And I can guarantee you, Ian's one of those guys that's going to stick to what he knows, sticks to what he believes in, and I think this is a pair of hogs that'll go home. They'll feed extremely well. I think they're built the way Ian likes them to be built in terms of just being flexible, good proportion type pigs that look like they're going to continue, and they're just going to continue to improve and do the things that they need to as they go. I think that's a very good pair. Benson out here is whipping and spurring on that belted one. It's a neat kind of pig. I think that white one's got a very neat look as well. I think a very good pair here from Impact. Make sure to study those two back there in the back.
Alrighty, M&S Livestock is going to be here next. McKillop and Seidenberger. You're going to hear me say this a lot, but a lot of these guys that are in here are good friends of mine, different parts of my life that I've met and obviously have grown close with. So McKillop was another roommate there at Connors with Schaefer and I. His leadoff is going to be tag 36. That's going to be the belted one. That'll be a quite frankly left behind absolute. The mother was a 5th overall heavy dark cross at Texas Elite last year. The grandmother is Briley Byers, reserve heavy dark cross killed at San Antonio in 24. So again, a good sow line. Tag 36 is a quite frankly from M&S, and then tag 77 is going to be the Berkshire. That's going to be a pin 1. Brace yourself. Pin 1 is going to be the boar there that stands, Wintex raised that stands there at 333 at Beeman's there. The mother of this one raised a 2nd place Berkshire Bear at San Antonio and the 5th overall Berkshire Guild at Texas Elite this year.
Lenny and Charlene. Lenny and Charlene, how are we doing? Thanks for coming. You know, I would tell you that we've got a set of pigs on feed at home for the boys. None of them are good enough. I already hate every one of them, except for one. Weston got one early. He was from Seidenberger, and he's super excited about him, and that's a very, very good pig. But I say this every time, and maybe I'm getting old and soft-hearted, but one of the best young kids in our business, without question, is Owen Seidenberger. Talented. Good at what he does. In that family, when they showed, I mean, they were incredibly hard to beat. I know showed a lot of Todd's pigs. I haven't talked about the pigs yet because I'm more interested in the quality of the kids out here. And I'm proud of Owen. I'm proud of what he's done, and I'm proud of what he's put together. I've seen all these, and I know Todd's seen all these this fall, and how good they've been of what they put together. And I think you could sit ringside and study these, understand their value, understand how good they are. When they put stuff together, Owen and Jacob and those guys understand what it takes to win. And so when they put a sow back in their herd, they're going to make sure she's good enough to produce one to go on and make one. And I think that's what they brought you here tonight with the Hampshire marked one and the Berkshire. So really appreciate those guys bringing this pair out.
Alrighty, the next pair in here is going to be from JDF. B-Tech 42 is going to be the lead off. That's going to be the Berkshire one. Above all, circle back, about time. The circle back about time sow is going to be on Jet Black's mom. That'd be the grandmother. Same genetic line. It's kind of what started their Berkshire deal there. And the mother of this particular pig is going to be a mate sister to the Reserve Supreme at Texas Elite in 21. Jarrett in the last couple of years has won as much as anybody in Texas in the gilts and barras, and has been as diversified in terms of breeds, whether it's Berkshires or Chesters or crossbreds. So we're excited to have him here. He's been here for about 3 years. The lead off is going to be tag 42. That'll be the Berkshire. The second one is going to be tag 81, the belted one. That's going to be a gut punch, misconception, curtain call. Gut punch is going to be the wild side son that they kept back from last season that they've got there at the house. He's a litter mate to the Heinrichs Reserve Grand Bear at Lubbock County, the third at San Antonio, a grand at Gaines County, and a third place killed at Texas Elite. The mother of these would have been a sow that they've built around and have a lot of confidence in. So tag 81 is going to be the belted one, and the Berkshire's the lead off.
Well, Jarrett and Dwight obviously have done an incredible job, and I don't think there's a firm in this state that has consistently surfaced across multiple breeds here over the last couple of years as what JDF has. And I think as you drop this pair out, I think it's real easy to see why they've had the success that they've had. I think they focus on hogs that are built right. They focus on hogs that have the right kind of maturity pattern and hogs that look like they're going to feed. And I think both of these hogs in this pair represent that. And I know they may not be the biggest ones that walk through the ring here today, but I think you can just look and see those hogs in terms of their width and squareness of skeleton, their rib cage, the mid part of their body, their proportions, and how they say they gather themselves from the side, and their rear leg posture. I think as a pair of hogs that certainly have a lot of value, certainly have a lot of quality. I think a very good pair here that JDF brings us.
All righty, next in is going to be Rival Genetics, Shane and Tatum. I'm happy to have them here. Their lead off is going to be the yellow tag there that Karis is on. That's going to be a Rampage, Here I Am, Next Intention. Second litter for this Here I Am sow, the Next Intention sow behind these. So their grandmother on the bottom side is going to be one that originated from Laird's. They purchased a couple years ago and goes back even farther to the JD sow. That was a Reserve Grand Crossbred gilt at OIE in 19. That'll be tag 34. And then tag 75, the red tag, is going to be a Rizzler, Say When, Here I Am, Kiss My Socks. So this is the first litter of Rizzler that they've had there. I've been very happy with how the pigs are looking. The Say When sow is going to be another young female they're trying to build around. They're excited to have at the farm. And the Grand Dam would be a litter mate to Primo, the board they sold at Top Cut at Kings a couple years ago. So tag 75 will be the second rounder.
You know, we watched the sale earlier, and one of my favorite pigs that came through the ring was one of Shane's. And anyway, we ended up getting that one bought. And you can look at these pigs out here, and you know, size and maturity is different on all these. And maybe these aren't as little and cute as some of them, but I promise you, this firm, if you pay attention to sows and what they've contributed on the bottom side and just bears that have come out of there than one, there's not many firms in the state of Texas that can say they've won as many divisions in the state of Texas, divisions and breeds, as what Rival has. These hogs here, they're a little past their cute stage, and maybe that, deters some people. They're built right. They've got the right immaturity look to the right parts of their body. And these hogs look like they'll feed, and they always do, from Shane and Tatum. I think they brought us a very nice pair, predictable stuff on the bottom side. Very good pair here from Rival.
Alrighty, next in here is going to be MJ Livestock. It'll be Mark Johnson, a guy we added last year, and a guy that's very familiar face in terms of being involved with success in the show pig world, feeding them and now breeding them in the last couple of years. And he dove straight into the deep end in the Berkshire deal. It's had as much success as probably as quick as you could possibly have it there, whether it's selling boars to boar stud or as we're winning in barras in the gilt ring. His leadoff is going to be tagged 37. That'll be a Diddy. Diddy's going to be one that he's got there at the house. It'll be a FYF top shelf. FYF's going to be the board that Top Cut's got there on a buckle up sow. So that'll be the yellow tag. Wild looking pig from a crossbred sow that is out of, again, the board they raised there at Top Cut. I know these are a little bit bigger than obviously everything out here, but again, I would study hard. Good pair of pigs from a guy that, again, in the Berkshire ring has had as much success as any. And then his littermate brother will be tagged 78, the red tag. Again, that'll be a Diddy buckle up on Endgame's littermate from Mark Johnson.
Well, Mark's obviously a guy in our industry that's done it for a while and helped his far superior daughter for some time whenever she showed, and certainly helps a good amount of families now here and still. And I think a guy that does an incredible job. He's been doing this Berkshire deal here for just a minute. Those things have fed extremely good. I know Mark has texted me before on some of these things in terms of videos of what these things are, and I think a pair that I think although they may appear big in places, I think have some different endpoints depending upon how you like to feed them and where things might just eventually end up. I think you got a pair here that there's no question in terms of muscle, in terms of rib cage, or where they're at. I think they're hogs that have the right kind of look of quality. As you step off to the side of them, I think a good pair here. Use your imagination in a couple places there, maybe on one, but I think a very nice pair here that represents Johnson's offering.
Next one in here is going to be Sanders Show Pigs. DJ joined us last year for the first time, and we're excited to have him back again. His leadoff is going to be the crossbred yellow tag 38. That's going to be a woke, quite frankly. The mom's a young sow that they've got a lot of confidence in and plan on breeding around. She's raised the Grand Bear at Knox County in Indiana, the Grand Gilt at Clark County in Indiana, and the first litter along with that had a gilt that won a whole bunch of shows in Florida. So that'll be the Loudmark dark crossbred. That'll be tagged 38 from Sanders. The Duroc is going to be tagged 79. That'll be a TS2. Again, that'll be the Throwing Stones 2 boar pig that's there at Danner at Purple Powers on a Picture Perfect Danica clone. So the mother of this one would have been a high dollar baby pig they bought from Jutes Burns last year. Dam is going to be a mate to the Grand Overall Gilt at Iowa in 2024. And in her first litter, that one would have raised a reserve Duroc Gilt and 5th overall at Land of Lincoln female in Illinois State Fair. So again, from Sanders, leadoff is going to be the dark crossbred tag 38, and the Duroc will be 79.
Well, DJ and Amara have got a great program going on up there, and I know those guys are known in the Midwest for their Yorkshire program and how dominant they are in that realm, and certainly are. But I know DJ, and I've been there a few times. I've seen the crossbred sows he's injected into his program, and I know how hard they're trying to get into that. And if you watch the sale today, or if you watch online sales all week, you notice how good these woke pigs are and how well they've been represented. And I think this pig represents what they're trying to do very well. I mean, that one obviously feeds into the later part of the spring, but I think a very nice pig here. And I've said this at a couple sales. You want to find a purebred hog, good luck, because it's almost impossible to find one that's big enough, that's good enough, that can get to Fort Worth, San Antonio, Denver, wherever you want to go. So if you see those, I mean, you need to pay attention. And this one, his immaturity and build and the way that hog continues to grow in his silhouette all looks like he's got presence enough to do it and grow and get there. So once again, they always bring us a nice set. Thanks to DJ and Amara for bringing a very nice pair here to the Syndicate.
Alrighty, next in is going to be Albright Swine Farms. Doug joined us again, another one that joined us last year for the first time. I'm excited to have him back. Tag 28 is going to be the yellow tag. That'll be the red belted one there. That's going to be a pay-to-play tricked out. Pay-to-play is going to be the boar at Danner's. It's just starting to kind of get rolling. And this pig is going to be a mate to the gilt they've got in the she cell. So again, red belted one from Albright's going to be tag 28. And then the next one, the dark crossbred, or the belted one, is going to be tag 70. That'll be a wide awake major league. Wide awake, won at every level in terms of a sire, and the grandmother of this pig would have raised a grand at Michigan Livestock Expo last year. So tag 28 and tag 70 from Albright.
Doug, when they weigh 290 and you try to get to a show and you try to find a good pig, do you care what color they are? No, it doesn't matter. Pigs are so, well, never mind. I'm not going to say that. But we get to a point where, we try to crucify these when they're little. If they're black or red belted and we say they're this or that, they can't win. We get here in February and we're like, our pigs are so bad, I don't even care what color they are. That's what I'm telling you. Just pay attention to the pigs, because that pig is very good. And you get here in I'm assuming March on that one, but you get there that time of year, and a pig that's built like that, a pig that's got that kind of bone, a pig that has that kind of spread and flexibility, just take a chance. You've got a pig that reach high levels. Doesn't matter what color he is. Doug brings us a very nice pair of pigs out here. I've talked about this on all of them already. Just read immaturity, read build, read their ability to get out and go and actually have clean joints and be able to go. Both these hogs read like that. Doug wins all over the country quite a bit, and I think he brought us a very nice pair tonight. The red belt, the belted one from Albright Swine Farms.
Alrighty, next in is going to be Corb. David, again, another one that's been here for the second time. He just brought us a single entry, didn't give me a whole lot of notes, but I think this big kind of speaks for himself. This one is going to be from Corb Farms, tag 11. It's going to be a woke promotion. Again, one that I saw last night whenever we just kind of ran through him quickly. He kept him back over here on the king side all day to try and get him to eat, get him adjusted a little bit better. A very good pig I like quite a bit. I'm glad that David brought him. I want to make one quick note, and Jason's kind of alluded to it, but I've had a lot of text message asking me, like, are there going to be any, Fort Worth pigs here, or everything Houston or Austin? I think we literally have it all. In terms of breeds, in terms of size and maturity, I'm very confident that there's some pigs here that are pedigree that can go to Denver, then obviously some that are going to show as late as Austin or OIE. But again, tag 11 from Corb, single entry, a woke promotion.
David, what would you like for me to say? You better look at this one. Just pay attention. Okay? Good job, Lauren.
Next in is going to be Cole Farms. Troy Cole there, again, right down the road in the Medina Valley area. His leadoff is going to be that blue belted one there. That's going to be tag 7. Troy has been with us for a couple years now, obviously. No stranger to success on kind of both sides now, again, breeding them. He actually sold a couple of blue ones out of this sow last year that were received very well, looked the part whenever they were little, and then ended up getting it done whenever it was all said and done there at Austin and Houston, I believe. But again, so his leadoff, the yellow tag, is going to be tag 7. It's going to be a white flag French kiss. White flag is going to be the Linder boar that stands here at PBG. Has been extremely popular and one of my very favorite boars that we saw whenever we went up in January. He sold 2 here last year again. The French kiss sow is going to be the best sow on their place, hands down, and yielded the class winner at Austin and a second place at Austin last year. Texas Elite Gills would have been 4th overall light cross, 6th overall lightweight dark cross, and a grand at Lee County. The next one's going to be tag 56. That'll be the red tag. The other blue one, again, is going to be a white flag wild ride. Good pig, one of their favorite sows that stands behind this one. Comes out of their keeper pen, and one he's been watching for a while. So again, the bigger blue one will be tag 56. And then the belted one will round out the group from Cole Farms. That's going to be another white flag wild ride. Belted male or belted litter mate to the bigger blue one. So those second 2 are going to be litter mates. Again, a sow that they stand behind, one that he thinks can get along kind of wherever you go. We're very happy to have Troy here. Again, had one of our high sellers last year, pigs that feed, and a good dude that's from right around the corner. So a trio from Cole Farms.
Well, as Matt said, Troy's one of the most talented guys we have in our industry at his particular age, and what he's done and what he's been able to accomplish, not only from a feeding standpoint and the families that he helps, but from a breeding standpoint in a short amount of time. He's gathered a bunch of sows. He's stayed focused on what he wanted to build, them, and what he wanted to make them like. And I think, as Matt alluded to, that blue bear there at Austin last year, I thought that was an awfully neat pig. That one's one that comes up in memory very, very quickly. I think you drop a trio out here, I think, that have some different endpoints possibly. I think some have different ways of potentially feeding them, but I think they're 3 quality individuals that represent a lot of value. And that little saddle black blue one there that he goes in and starts with, boy, that thing's awful intriguing and could look very neat come March. They're either on the green chips in Houston or on the shavings there in Austin. I think that's an awfully neat kind of pig. It's got the right kind of look and build, proportions, and stoutness of feature. Really good trio here from Cole Farms.
All righty. Next in is going to be the Linder crew. Luke's been here since the very beginning. Whenever we decided to put the Syndicate on, I guess 5 years ago now. I didn't really know Luke personally, but he was one of the first people that I told Kevin. I said, "Hey, give me Luke's number. I don't know him well, but if I can get him involved, then everything will fall into place." And after one phone call, he was in. We started it there in the Hill Country. He supported this deal from the very, very beginning. He's had winners and champions come out of here at all levels. He supports the Syndicate, the raffle, obviously our show pig operation as well. So we're very proud to have him here. Lot 1 as well as lot 51. So the yellow tag and the red tag there are going to be 149 litters. Those are going to be Money Line, Smoke, and others. Their littermate brothers just sold as a pair in Kings just an hour or so ago to Laird's for a total of $30,000. Again, a very good pair of pigs. Obviously well received. We're pumped to have Luke here. We always are. We're always excited to see what he brings. He keeps you in the loop. And again, his leadoff will be tag 1. So that'll start to sell off the yellow one, the blue one, you bet. And then tag 51 is going to be the red tag that Lauren's on, correct? Yep. Alrighty, the third one in the second round is going to be tag 52. That's going to be another Money Line, 148 liter, be a Money Line next intention. That's going to be the one that Cotton's on, the other belted. And then the Berkshire is going to round it out. That's going to be tag 86, white tag. That'll be a Moonwalk Waterberg. Again, very excited to have Luke here. Thanks for bringing these 4.
Well, I can't emphasize this enough that we get caught up in lot 1 and lot 7 and lot 4 and everything that's in the first round. Luke's pigs have been so good this fall. I mean, both of his sales and these today and the set he brought earlier today. Guys, this set of pigs that he brought in here, all 4 of them, I think have all got quality enough to get close in their breeds, every one of them. And so I would say pick your poison here. Lauren's got a paint, Fallon's got a blue. There's a Berkshire out here, and the one that Cotton's on are all very, very good pigs. Again, I guess the thing I would tell you is that when you get in a ring and you've got a set of pigs that look like this, what I would give Luke the most credit to out here is just they look so feedable to me. They're loose-shouldered, they're long-hipped, they're loose in their hock. These hogs look like they'll grow and be good when it matters. Study them, figure out which one you like, but regardless of what breed you want to show, there's an option out here for everybody. All 4 of these pigs to me have an incredibly high ceiling. Very, very good set from Luke.
Next in is going to be a single entry from Byers Farms. Todd sitting right here next to me. Another one that's had as much success as any, needs absolutely no introduction, whether it's Chesters or white ones or crossbreds. This will be tag 12. It's going to be a Not Afraid, No Stranger Crickets. Yorkshire male here. The mom was just getting started there, and the grandmother would have been the mother, the grand overall gilt at Angelo last year, as well as the great-grandmother would have made Briley's Reserve Grand Barrett Austin in 22. So again, tag 12, Yorkshire male, Not Afraid from Byers Farms.
Well, much like I just talked about Luke's, as far as immaturity and build, I mean, I think this one's got that going on from that standpoint. He's a Not Afraid, which was the Danner boar that sold at PT last year. If you didn't see him, he was an incredibly big breeding piece. This one has those extras, but an extra immaturity and an extra look, and just extras to be a big time bearer. Todd won the gilt show there at Angelo last year. I think said it, the mom's the same, maybe. Grandma's the same. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No one cares. But study the pig. This is an incredibly good Yorkshire pig. I think maybe has a dot there on his eye that looks pretty manageable to me. But those guys, I mean, I remember about 5 years ago, every time I introduced Todd at one of my sales, he's one of my closest friends. We talked about his Chesters. I don't even have to talk about his Chesters no more because you don't even have to talk about how much he wins in that breed. But their crosses and their Yorks have gotten very good. This one may be as good of a white one as I've seen him bring out in a while. That one looks like an incredibly good big one to me.
Next in is going to be Rains Livestock. Corey again, good dude that we're excited to have here and from Fredericksburg now, I guess. He's going to be single entry tag 39. It'll be a one-way, 99 problems. This pig's mom would have been a young sow they've got there that they're excited to build around. And she herself in her show career was the reserve middle division there at Texas Elite in 24, and her mate brother would have won a class at Denver in the same year. So tag 39, the Calico male, one-way, 99 problems from Rains.
Rains is another one of those firms that's done an incredible job, and Corey's a very good friend of mine. We actually got the opportunity to feed that bear that won his class at Denver there for the Huffaker family. Give an assist to the man to my right here for getting that one across there at Denver as well, and getting him to win a class and make a sale. But the one thing you can certainly bank on from Corey is those hogs are going to continue to just get stouter and burlier the older they get. They got an incredible look. They got an incredible build. They're hogs that are built right, and they're hogs that are built for the long haul. They're not going to be ones that go home and melt and do all the things that we don't want them to do. I think that's a very, very neat calico pig. I know he's maybe not ideal colored for everybody from that standpoint, but I think that's a very, very neat animal that's got the right kind of hip and hind leg and motor and the way he gets out and goes. I love his bone. I love his foot size. Still strong-footed. Really, really neat kind of calico show bear there from Rains Livestock.
All right, the next in is going to be a pair of them from Biggs. That's going to be tag 15 and tag 62. These are going to be a pair of litter mates, a pair of 37 litters from Biggs Livestock. Not Afraid, Buffalo Trace, No Stranger. Big-time white pigs, a pair of pigs that they Biggs told me a couple years ago he brought a pair of them that are received really well, and honestly, again, another guy that has had as much success as any. Last year he just told me, he said, hey, I didn't have a pair here this year. He told me just the other day, he said, I dropped these down. I don't know if they really need to be here quite yet. They need another week. I saw them last night, and I think they're very, very good. Maybe not just perfectly whip broke yet, but if you just study here, they're pretty good pigs. Yellow tag will be tag 15, again, Not Afraid, and the next one will be tag 62 and Not Afraid. And the leadoff is a crip, by the way. So tag 15 and 62 from Biggs, a pair of white ones.
Well, these Not Afraids, from the ones I've seen this fall and the one we talked about from Todd there a second ago, I mean, obviously they're going to work. And, you can tell by just looking at these how much Biggs has manipulated them here the last 2 weeks. And so I know it makes you a little scared to maybe dive in because they're so whip broke and they're so well presented. but still, I think we've got a pair of pigs, and I don't know I don't think that we've got Phoenix hogs here, but I think you can get creative and make those very good pigs when it matters. If you want to get them to middle part or late part of February or the middle part of March, I think very good pigs. There's some of these not afraids that are a little bigger, a little more immature. I think, but the resemblance that we see from all of them is the stoutness of feet, the stoutness of head, the roundness of their body, and we see those too. And I would say that at the same time, if you guys want to feed Yorkshires this fall, and you've been trying to find them, I don't know if you've seen as many as I have. I've not seen 5 pigs total that I thought were any good. So there's at least 3 or 4 of them here tonight that I've seen so far that are as good as what I've seen. So if you want a Yorkshire pig and you want to show them this spring, I would probably pay attention to what Biggs has got here tonight.
All righty, next in is going to be a pair of them from Harkey Farms. We've got a spot and a red one. The spot's going to be tagged 45, Limitless Otis. And then the Duroc is going to be tagged 84. That'll be a shark fin burst, I believe is what it's supposed to be. The mom would have been the 3rd overall at Texas Elite in 2024. So a pair of them from Harkey. The spot will be tagged 45, and the Duroc will be tagged 84.
Well, my good buddy Robbie brings a pair of them here, and we got to ride down together there the other night and had a good time. And I know Robbie's been super excited about this spot litter for quite some time. I think it was about a month ago. He told me he thought he had a litter there that was awfully good, and he's dropped one out there at the leadoff there last weekend. Brought another one here. Still got a couple mates at home, but I think that's a very neat kind of spotted pig. And those spots this time around, in my opinion, have been very hard to find. And I got a son that likes to feed those things. And be honest with you, we've got one to this point. It's all we've got. I think that's a very, very neat kind of a pig there. It's got the right kind of look and build and immaturity for one of those at this particular size and state. I think that one's got an awfully neat kind of look. That red one I know is a mate to his leadoff there that he had at the leadoff pig sale last weekend. I know he's been high on that litter as well. That one's Mama. I remember her from Kerrville there a couple years ago. Well, that the Hannah Garcia showed. That was a very, very good gilt. And that was a very good year of red ones that year at Kerrville, as good and deep a show as what there was that year. I think a very good pair here from Harkey Farms. I think a pair that give you some versatility in where they may feed, whether it be late February, whether it be middle of March. I think a very good pair here to represent them.
All righty, next in is going to be Canal, single entry here from Kyle, and I'm very excited to have him here again, a guy that's won as much as anybody. This is going to be tag 19. The Belton was going to be a fuel, play it cool, breaking rules. This will be a 110 litter, and their mother would be one of the rightfully so littermate sisters that does an awesome job in terms of what she's done at their sow herd, make good feeding pigs that bring on the extras. Fuel is going to be the sire here that makes us think it's going to be a home runs in terms of mating, is what Kyle says. So this is going to be a single entry from Canal, tag 19, a fuel, play it cool.
Well, it's impossible to deny what Kyle's done over the last couple of years. And in 22, obviously, I think he may have won every one of them down here, and just continues to do what he does. I'm very proud of him in the way that he gets his pigs driven. I'm very proud of him, his ring presence in the ring with his pig. People's ability to see his pigs, I think, are very good. Kyle. I will say this, and my buddies, and Kyle's my buddy. I told somebody that earlier today. Kyle's pigs, to me, this year have looked as good as they've looked in the last couple years, and that's a bold statement because obviously that guy wins more than anyone in our state, and they've looked as feedable and as good as they have in the last couple years. Kyle's had an awesome set this year. Again, that pig looks as feedable and as good of a big one. I think a very nice pig there from Kyle. Thanks for driving him very well, buddy.
Next one that drops in here is going to be tag 16 from Boble. Ben brings us a belt buckle back slap, a 22-liter pig. The mother of this one would be a mate to the Bronze Hampshire Bear in OIE in 2024. Again, single entry from Boble. A belted male will be a belt buckle, back slap, tag 16.
Well, Ben's another one of those guys that's a very, very, very good friend of ours, and a guy that has not only judged in this state but has won in this state at the highest levels. And I think you gotta certainly look in here at this Hampshire classifying pig. I think one that's got a very neat look in terms of how he's put together. He's got the stoutness of feature, he's got the shape and the muscle that Bobles are known for. I think a very neat kind of pig here to represent Boble Farms. Just one here this evening, maybe not wanting to cooperate just as well as maybe some. I think a very nice pig. Make sure to take time to look him up back there in the back.
Next in is going to be a pair of them from Stork Livestock. Macon brings us tag 4 is going to be his leadoff. A belted male that whenever I saw him last night, again, another one that I had a whole lot of questions on and inquiries on, and just, how did he look? I marked him down, sent him to all of my people, and I think this is a very good one to start off. This will be lot number 4. He's going to be a wide awake, out for blood. The mother to this one is going to be a $42,000 gilt purchase that they got from Boble, from Established in 2024. And then the Duroc is going to be his second rounder. That's going to be tag 55, a Raise the Bar statement day. So tag 4 and tag 55 from Stork.
Well, whether it's goats or pigs, Macon, I will always say, is one of the best stockmen that I know. And I think this pair represents what he puts together on both sides of the species, and with his red one and the belted one. They're backed by a pretty strong lineage, and that Boble gilt that he bought there that year was very, very good. And I think this belted one, or this off belted one, represents kind of what she was. And obviously he comes out here and looks like he's got some gas in his tank, and I think could continue to go. The red one, on the other hand, obviously probably has a little more gas in him than the belted one does even. But if you watch Macon's program and you've studied what he's done and you've studied the sows that he's put in, Macon doesn't put one in that he doesn't think can make one. And I think both these represent what he's tried to do from his sow herd standpoint. I think both these have got a very, very high ceiling. Always these pigs from Macon can surface and feed and get to the highest level. Red and off belt here from Macon, I think a very nice pair.
Alrighty, next in is going to be a single entry from Lackey Livestock. This is going to be tag number 5. This has been an 81 litter pig. It's going to be a nightcap splurge, intentional rusty cage. The great grandmother to this one is going to be the mother of Stranglehold and Still Standing. The boys that stand at Top Cut. Just thinking about that in terms of sow herd behind them. We use Still Standing on the majority of our crossbred herd, both belted and white ones. Those are definitely our favorite pigs we've had this year, and probably more pigs that we have on feed, whether we raise them or bought them so far. So tag 5 from Lackey Livestock, a nightcap splurge.
Well, my good buddy to my right here, I think, brings us one here that's got a very neat look. And if you heard nothing else than what Matt said there, the fact that this one goes back to 44-2 should definitely spark your interest, because I don't know if I've ever fed a Barra from Jason that didn't have 44-2 in the pedigree that didn't work. And I think this pig's got an awfully neat look. He's got the resemblance of what those good ones look like out of that sow as you study her from the side in terms of his height to shoulder in relation to his length of body, the length of hip, the bend and shape to his hind leg, how one that just gets out and goes, and he's got the right kind of immaturity to just be able to gas and feed and go and not look back. I think a very neat kind of dark cross show pig here from my buddy to my right. Next up is going to be our consignment from Night Show Pigs. This is going to be lot number 13. He'd be a woke heavy hitter hero. Woke on a litter mate to the Walgren family's gilt at Windsor class at San Antone. Brings 24,000. Grandma here is a hero sow responsible for the Reserve Grand Cross gilt at the State Fair of Texas last fall. And our $50,000 lot 1 male pig we sold to Premium Blend in our first farm sale. Very neat pig here from Night Show Pigs in lot 13. Should be the yellow tag pig. Lot number 60 is going to be the red tag here. That's out in the middle of the ring. Be a Stone Cold Tricked 4 hero. Mom was Reserve Grand Crossbred gilt at the State Fair of Texas last fall. 27s were Cameron's absolute favorite litter of June's. Good pair here from Night Show Pigs. We'll let Jason talk about them.
Well, I guess at this point of the sale, this could sound redundant, but if you've paid attention to our state and you've watched what people have done down here, Cameron had as good of a set and as good of a set of pigs last year as anybody has, and had an awesome year. I think he ended up being, I don't know, he got some award at the Texas Pork Producer. I don't know what it was called, but he got an award for being awesome. But if you look at these pigs, I think they represent what most of Cameron's pigs represent in terms of being so bold, so stout-headed, and just having those extras in terms of being able to win. Just study them both, because I think both probably read in terms of going to, one probably is a little later maturing. One could probably sit still for a second. But I think both these hogs represent incredible quality like they always do from the Night Firm. Very good pair from them.
Well, next in the ring is going to be the crew from Canacey Show Pigs, and Russell's a guy, once again, as we've sounded a little bit redundant from a standpoint of a guy that gets along in multiple breeds, and I think as he drops these out here, you can certainly see that here. His leadoff pig is going to be that Chester male pig. That's going to be lot 27.
Lot 27 is going to be a Pitmaster burner phone Cracker Jack. This one's going to be one that Russell has as much confidence as any. I went shopping at Russell's house a couple of weeks ago and kind of looked through every single barn. If you've been to Russell's house, He just kind of pulled up and he met me on the gator and said, just go through them. Just go through whatever you want. And pretty much every breed that I saw, a lot of different litters of pigs, but on the nursery, I got to see this age group, and I thought, just in terms of quality, nothing against the ones that he sold early, but I love this group of pigs in terms of age. So the Chester is going to be tagged 27. He's a pit master. The next one is going to be the Spot. That's going to be tagged 69. He's going to be a Mr. Irrelevant Black Pearl. Mr. Irrelevant is going to be the boar that was at Schwecky's there and is now standing at 66 Ventures. Mr. Irrelevant Black Pearl. Very neat litter of pigs here. The mother of this one would have been the 4th overall spot, go to San Antonio a couple of years ago. And then he thinks this one's obviously going to fit into March, whether that's Houston or OIE. He'll round out with a red one, be tag 89, a Bedrock limited edition. One of Beckett's kind of the one, his son that started the red deal, fell in love with those. They kind of adapted into them pretty quick. We fed a red one from Russell last year that got along very well all season long. So this one's going to be one of Beckett's sows. His grandmother is a litter mate to the reserve Duroc gilt at San Antonio. That Stork purchased from Bedeker a few years back. So a good pig, a good trio of pigs, and a guy that's as diversified as any in terms of success across the breeds from Canesi.
Well, I had a good visit with Russell there yesterday, back in the back as we were going through stuff, and I know he's excited about this trio as any of them that he's brought out, and I think rightfully so. Like I said earlier, a guy that's known to get along across multiple breeds, and he drops those 3 out, and I think they're awfully neat. Boy, that little Chester's awful intriguing. I think as you study one in terms of his look and his presence from the side, the shape at the top of his neck, the length of his hip, the bend to his hind leg, that thing is awfully intriguing. That little spotted pig, I hope everybody just kind of closes their eyes and maybe doesn't focus on that one a whole lot. I think that's an awfully neat little show pig. Man, that thing's got a lot of neat pieces. I think he's put together right for the long haul. Looks like a very good one to show on the green chips there at Houston to me. And then you get to the little red one there, and I think certainly one that doesn't take anything away. That's a big bladed, big middle one that's loose constructed, got the right kind of look and presence. Man, that's an awful good trio. Glad Russell brought those 3. Matt should be too. I think 3 very good pigs here from Canesi.
All right, yeah, the next one in here is going to be D2 Livestock, Josh Diaz and his family. This leadoff is going to be tag 17. That'll be the belted one. This is going to be a tag, or a 39 litter pig. That's a Fear Not, Smoke Another. The grandmother would have raised the reserve crossbred at San Antonio in 23, and Josh can correct me, but I believe that would have been the one that was sold here, the blue one that was sold by shown by the Urban family, or Russell Urban, his son, a couple of years ago, raised by Linder. So again, the grandma would have raised that one and sold a couple of years ago, and then 2 mate brothers to this one have been sold as boar prospects. One to Hoff Schulte for $20,000 and Blunt for $8,000. I've heard about this litter since Luke's first farm sale. They were on the decks, and every single guy that knows Josh and that are good buddies with him has gone to see him. Josh was pretty humble about it. He didn't really want to say much. He just said, I was nervous and I love the litter of pigs and I'm going to save one for the Syndicate. And he has. He sent me Snapchats and he's perfectly belted. He's a Hampshire marked one. I think a very big time show pig. Tag 17 from D2. It's going to be the belted one. He's a Fear Not. The next one is going to be a Berkshire. That's going to be tag 63. He's going to be an above and beyond, under the table. The sow would have been the champion Berkshire at Johnson County in 25. The mom's littermate brother would have been the second place Sparrow at San Antonio in 25, and the grandmother was a champion Burke at Dallas in 23. So winning pedigree behind the Berkshire as well. A very good tree, or very good pair of pigs. Happy to have Josh here. He hyped him up pretty good to me just this last couple of days, and I'm very pleased with him in person too. So the leadoff will be the belted one. The Berkshire will be the second rounder.
Well, I guess all I can say at this point is just you at these sales, you just got to continue to dig in. because you can see pigs that you like, and you can see pigs that you like, and then they just keep coming to you. But what you've got to pay attention to as much as anything is what Matt just talked about, is predictability of pedigrees, what those sows have done, and the pigs that come out of incredibly deep litters. And it sounds like both of these do. Obviously, the belted one's fairly obvious out here. I think that's going to be his lead off, if I'm correct, and a pig that looks very good. That Burke, when he come out, that Burke hit me pretty good as far as being square and broad and having the right shape and set to both bends of his body. I think both those pigs are awfully nice. Very good representation from that crew.
Alrighty, the next pair that we drop in here is going to be from Team Sloan. The pair of them that Troy brought to us. He's going to be lot 2. He's going to be the yellow tag that she's on there. Lot 2 is going to be a 194 liter. That's going to be a Power Hour Glory Days tricked out. The Power Hour boar is the one that just sold at PT here last October. And I remember as soon as I saw that pig in the ring, I was texting all my buddies like, holy cow, this might be the very best baby pig I've probably ever seen. And he obviously got received very well and had a good group of guys behind him. And the pigs that I've seen so far have been everything that I expected. So tag 2 is going to be from Sloan. He's a Power Hour Glory Days tricked out. Littermate to the lead off at Kings that just sold a little bit ago. And the Glory Days sow would be Pass the Hat's Littermate's sister. The second round pig is going to be tag 53. That's going to be the thin belted one. He's a Kong pace car next contestant. The mate to this one is, mate to the high seller on his recent online sale, and the grandmother is a mate to the $85,000 boar that sold at PT a couple seasons ago. So from Sloan, tag 2 and tag 53.
Well, Sloan brings us a pair that certainly represent a ton of quality, and obviously, if you don't know what the Sloan firm has done and what they've accomplished in the last 24 to 36 months, I'm not sure you've been paying attention just a whole lot, because it doesn't matter if it's been in the state of Texas, if it's been Oklahoma, Midwest, wherever it might possibly be. They've been on fire as much as anybody in terms of producing hogs that win at the absolute highest level, and I think they do because of the way of what this pair represent and their look and their presence from the side. And Troy will be the first one to tell you that those things have to look right in terms of their height of shoulder, their look, their presence, the way their neck attaches, the length of their hip, the bend and the shape of their hind leg. He's a very easy guy to show to in terms of what he likes, and I think that's very well represented in what he breeds and the type that he puts together. I think this pair represent that an awful lot. I think that tag 2 pig there is awfully neat. I don't know if you could draw one up better in terms of his look, his presence, and his build from the side. And then he turns and he leaves you. That thing's a square pinned and square hocked and good in terms of his rear leg. Shows you the bottom of his pad there in terms of how he gets out and goes. I think that's a very good pair here that Troy brought to us. Obviously, a pair that, or one there in his leadoff that is a litter mate to one that was well received here earlier today in the same facility. Good pair here from Troy.
Alrighty, next in is going to be Schwecky. Schwecky Genetics. His leadoff is going to be the spot male there, which is going to be tag 26. That's going to be a Mr. Irrelevant button-up Van Wilder. Again, Mr. Irrelevant was the one that he had there at the house and has just got a new address to 66 Ventures there with Evan Green and that crew. So Mr. Irrelevant button-up Van Wilder is tag 26. First litter gilt, and the grandmother to this one was to be the popular spot gilt that the Kilmer showed and ended up being the reserve spot at Expo and third overall at NJSS. And then the Duroc will be his second pig, tag 68. A no vacancy statement day, bury my bones. Sal would have came from Rodenbeck and his popular litter last fall that sold really well, and mates to that sow would have been reserved at California Youth Expo, 3rd Division 3 in Indiana. And the grandmother would have raised a Myers $35,000 gilt from Louisville this summer. Good pair of pigs. Zachary, I kind of met him a little bit more in the last couple of years through a trailer purchase with D&D, and probably one of the nicest, most genuine guys I've met in the business. So I'm happy for his support. Tag 26 is a spot, and tag 68 is going to be the Duroc.
Well, you haven't known him very long, then, Matt. We get quite a few pigs from Zach, and I would tell you that over the last 3 years, I don't know, Cole could tell me, 4, 5 pieces of the spots at the majors down here have all come from Zach. They've been good every time. They're weird early, just like spots are. I don't know what spots are supposed to look like, but when they get big, they're incredibly hard to beat. And like I said, every time we'll get a group, and every time there's one that gets a piece of the breed here or at Houston, every time. And that Mr. Irrelevant thing and what it's done for him and his spot program and his sows, it's been incredible for him and for all the guys that trust his spot program and continue to feed him. I'll say that's a very good pig. He's predictable. Zach's spots are good. That red one's pretty good. The no vacancy thing, if you've watched Bedeker's Facebook post here the last 24 hours, he's posted there just a couple times about the no vacancy pigs that have been at these sales. This pig, as far as those no vacancies that have sold so far, that may be the stoutest headed, most just wildest looking in terms of just bone and muscle and stoutness that I've seen of those pigs all weekend. I think that's a very good pair from Zach. I know they're predictable. I know they feed. They do every time for us. One of my buddies, I'm proud to see the pigs he brought here tonight.
Alrighty, next in is going to be the K. Boyson crew and a pair of Berkshires that they bring us. These are going to be, the male is going to be tag 24. Be a pin 1 Family Jewels. The Family Jewels sow is going to be Top Shelf's mom, which will be the mother of these on an OTL, outside the lines grandmother. So tag 24 is the male. That'll be a pin 1 Family Jewels. And then tag 66 is going to be the Berkshire Gilt. That's going to be an upward B354, the mother of the Edwards Berkshire Gilt on a Family Jewels grandmother. He sent me a text here just a second ago in terms of notes. The male pig is going to be, that sow would have raised a champion overall purebred at Iowa State Fair in the open show last year. And then the mother of the Gilt, that sow raised the Edwards Berkshire Gilt that was champion Burke and 5th overall at NJSS. The dam also raised chain link at PBG, and most recently that sow would have just raised a champion Burke Barra and 3rd overall purebred at the Iowa State Fair. So it's his first year with us at the Syndicate. We're very happy, and he's been keeping me in the loop this last couple of weeks with the pair of Berkshires that we've got here. So the male will be the lead off, and the Gilt is going to be the second rounder from Boyson.
Well, Kale's another one of those young guys that's done an incredible job, and once again a guy that's done it across multiple breeds, and maybe one of the places where I guess if you want to say he got his start was maybe with this particular breed that he drops in the ring here, and I think a pair of hogs that certainly command your attention. I think hogs that have the right kind of look and presence. Man, when that Berkshire Barra throws his head up and he crosses the ring, I don't know if you could imagine imagine one better in terms of his look and presence, how his neck attaches, the way his lines draw up, the length of his hip, the bend and shape to his hind leg from the side. I think that's a neat kind of a Berkshire show bearer. That's a right kind of color, the right kind of ease of classifying type deal as well. Neat kind of show pig there, and then that Berkshire Gilt I think follows right along. Obviously from what Matt read in terms of what these things come from, in terms of their genetics, the guesswork's taken out in terms of what the sows have already done, what they're capable of doing. I think these two are only going to continue to add to their resume. Good pair here from Boyson.
As we drop the next group in here, I just want to make a note and say that, I know we've seen a lot of show pigs today, and we've seen a lot of previews, and we've heard a whole bunch of people, and you're probably tired of hearing us on the mic, but I encourage you to lock in and pay attention, because we're kind of getting to just the second half of this deal, and a very good group of pigs, and I just don't want you to miss anything. The next one in here is going to be Brennan Genetics. His leadoff is going to be tag 20, sired by Dog Eat Dog on a My Intention sow. This is a first litter gilt that they plan on building around and have a lot of confidence in. So again, the yellow tag, the perfect belted one, is going to be a Dog Eat Dog My Intention. And then tag 64 is going to be the chromed up black hip toe, and that'll be a Dog Eat Dog My Intention as well. Similar mating, but not litter mates. The mother to this one is a mate to the daughter of the third overall bearer at 2023 Iowa State Fair in the FFA show. We fed a couple from Brennan, and they get along pretty well for us in the last couple of years. A pair of Dog Eat Dogs, a boar, and a litter of boars that are kind of spread across the country. I know one's at Lackey. So Brennan Genetics, tag 20, and tag 64.
Well, we all of the show pig enthusiasts in the barn are aware of Shane and know what he's accomplished over the lifespan of Brennan Genetics, how much he's won in San Antonio, how much he's won in Houston, and obviously his run in the Midwest. And he had a very nice set of pigs earlier today, and I really think that these step up, that not saying they're better, not saying they're worse. I just think they're right in the mix of what he offered earlier today. I'll never forget, Shane and I were at Laird's board tour together, and Dog Eat Dog came out, and he and I just looked at each other together, and he said, "Do you really have his litter mate?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And so that was kind of how that conversation went. And these Dog Eat Dog pigs are very good. And I think these two represent him in terms of stoutness of bone, stoutness of feature, and just looseness of skeleton. Both hogs that look like Brennan hogs in terms of their skull, in terms of their rib shape, and hogs that are going to get incredibly stout later on when it matters. Very nice pair here from Shane.
Next in here is going to be a single entry from Tri Genetics. Jen brings us a tag 50. He's going to be a take 3 Black Pearl. Take 3 is going to be a boar that was raised by horse fur that's housed there at Foot's Place there. One that we had a litter of pigs last year, ended up siring, like I said earlier, the 5th overall and 4th overall gilts at San Antonio, Texas Elite, and a couple Texas bred champions on a Black Pearl sow. The 102 litter that he's had out of this sow is going to be as deep of a spot litter that he's had. The sow behind these is a consistent generator and had a class winner at San Antonio for the shallow water FFA crew and a high placing gilt at Houston. This is going to be Tri's first year with us. He's brought one spot male, a very good one at that. We're happy to have him here. It's going to be tag 50. He's a take 3.
Well, the folks there from Tri-Genetics from up there, Dowhard, I think a crew like Matt said, just getting started here, and bring us a very, very nice spot pig here in just their single entry, and as I referenced earlier, these things have been so incredibly hard to find. Ones with that kind of feature and skull and that this pig has aren't typically that loose in terms of how they're put together, especially not in terms of what we've seen to this point here thus far this year. I think that's a good rib pig that's got the right kind of muscle and immaturity in terms of his look and presence still to be a very, very good big one. I think that's a neat kind of spotted show pig. Looks like his best days are ahead of him in terms of what he represents. Good skeleton, big feet, got a good rib cage, right kind of muscle pattern for a spot. Good one here from Tri-Genetics.
Alrighty, next in here is going to be Sharpshooter Genetics, Luke Sharp, a guy that we kind of met over the last couple of years, and a very good dude. We enjoy hanging around. Hung out the last couple of years with the Foot and Horsford crew through layovers and things like that. He's going to bring us a single entry, tag 46. It'll be an RPM jet black, a Berkshire male, one that they've got a lot of confidence in. And the sire behind this one would be a litter mate to the Pools Reserve middleweight Hampshire at Houston in 25. So a crossbred sire on the top side, pretty unique kind of pedigree here. The pigs that have kind of gotten out of this litter is going to be as unique as anything and more popular than anything they have at the farm. The jet black sow has been consistently raising feedable pigs. So again, a very unique pedigree, a smaller pig, and again, another consignor that's its first year here, but I'm very, very pleased with this pig. I think he has a lot of upside. Tag 46 from Sharpshooter.
Well, I guess my only thoughts are, he said their lineage here goes back to the reserve middleweight Hampshire somewhere, and the hog's good colored. Then, hell, I don't, I mean, pig's good. I mean, he's crossbred. He's good colored. That hog's pretty good. His silhouette and bend from the side are all very good. And I know we've got to inject some of this at times to make them look more like crossbreds in order to get to show on Thursday night. And that's just part of the game. But I think that hog's color is good enough to get there. There's obviously lineage that backs him up. That's obviously a very, very nice pig these guys bring out.
Alrighty, the next pair in here is going to be a pair of Chester males from CC Show Pigs, the Homan crew, again, one that's kind of down here in South Texas. His leadoff is going to be tag 35, again, the yellow tag. This is going to be a pair of litter mates, a pair of 33 litters, be a Ride the Wave WD-40, a first litter gilt out of a bred sow purchase that they acquired from Danner, and the mate barrow would have been second at Houston to that sow. So tag 35 and tag 76 from CC.
Well, as I alluded to earlier, when you get into these breed hogs, and all three of us on this table have been trying to find breed hogs that are big enough to go to these early shows, and it's almost impossible to do that. But not only that, but to find them the quality of these from a Chester standpoint, the stoutness of feature that these have are very, very good. Stout-headed, heavy bone hogs that are big-footed. I think a very nice pair of hogs that these guys bring us.
Alrighty, the next guys that we're going to bring in here is going to be a pair of red ones from Bedecker Farms. Bryce is going to be his first year with us, but obviously in the red breed across the country, whether it's boars or gilts or bears that win and feed for multiple firms, multiple groups. Obviously Lackey is one of them, but multiple groups across the state of Texas and across the country have fed these pigs. He's got boars that stand all across the country, and as good as and as dominant as any is in this particular breed. We're excited to have him here. Tag 23 will be the one that he's on, which is the one that she's on. It's going to be a yellow tag 59 litter. It'll be a no vacancy limited edition sister. The same dam as a popular over the limit board that stands there at his place at Bedecker Farms. And then the one that he is on is going to be the red tag 65. That'll be a 64 litter. No limitations, deal with it. Low limitations is no vacancies, litter mate. So similar pedigrees to a point that kind of go back to the same bloodlines. But again, a pair of red hogs that we're excited to have here. A consignor that's as dominant in this breed as any. Tag 23 and tag 65 from Bedecker Farms.
Well, Bryce has done an incredible job in this in this red deal, and I think things you can think about when you think about Bedecker Farms and what those red ones from there typically look like. They have the right kind of look and presence and shape and muscle, and then whenever they can add the extra feature and body shape of what this leadoff barra is, that thing gets awfully interesting. That is a big dense hind leg, a big round rib cage, a big square blade, and a big square chest laid into one. And these red ones get awfully hard to come by with that kind of flexibility and have that kind of rib cage and knee set into them when you get right around the front side of them there. That's a neat kind of red one that starts off there. That second round pig, same kind of shape in terms of the mid part of his body. Good shape, good muscle. I think a really good pair here from Bryce. He's done a good job of raising these red ones, maybe a little better job than he does line dancing at Cowboys there at PT last year. I think a really nice pair here that he brings us this evening.
Alrighty, next in here is going to be a single entry from the Tres Amigos group, and tag 18 is going to be a 20 liter, another happy hour tricked out, stay classy. The mother of this one is going to be a litter mate to the reserve Grand Bear at San Antonio in this very barn in 2023, as well as the reserve champion other crossbred at Houston the same year. So again, Tres Amigos, they just bring us one. We're very, very happy to have them here, and obviously no stranger in terms of success, whether it's boards or barrows. At tag 18, happy hour tricked out from Trace.
Did Justin and Jake leave? They did. Okay, very good. All right. Well, this pig, friends of Todd and ours, and the neat thing about this pig is it goes back to the pig that Briley had that was reserved here in 23, and there's not a lot of guesswork from Trace. I'm not going to make Beth chase his pig around the ring. I'll let him go. But you can study the pieces, and every time Trace brings a pig out, there's extremities there in terms of skull. This one has it. It's skull, bone, and just the extra pieces to win. I think this one has it. Another very nice entry here from Trace.
Alrighty, next in here is going to be 4F Livestock. That'll be the Ford family. Whenever people say South Texas, this is kind of the epitome of that. It'd be about as far south as you could possibly get from Weslaco. Single Duroc entry, tag 49. Be another TS2 on a 41-liter statement day sale. So the TS2 statement day so-called. Purchased from the Platt firm last year out of the A-League sale. Her entire litter brought a huge chunk of change last year. One that they're very confident in, very proud of bearing, and had saved back for this sale. So tag 49, a Duroc male from 4F.
Well, Cleve and his family do a very, very nice job, and a firm that once again has gone out there and tried to gather the right kind of females to just continue to build this thing across multiple breeds, and have done a good job. Like Matt said, I don't know if we can go much further south in the state of Texas than maybe where these guys are at. Maybe don't get the foot traffic that some of the other guys do, but these things feed well. I think that's a neat kind of red bear in terms of his look up front. He's got a good rib cage laid into him. Looks like he's got a right kind of maturity pattern. Looks like one that feeds to February to me. Use your imagination on where he might end up in that particular in that particular regard. I think a nice feeding red one here from the Ford crew.
Next in is going to be another single entry from Lloyd Livestock. Lyric and his family just kind of recently moved down here close to us. This is going to be a crossbred male, tag 47. It's going to be a trick trout 4 on the money. Again, a younger guy. Last year was his first year with us. Brought us a white one that got along very, very well. A young guy trying to get started and rolling. Again, from right around the corner, tag 47. A tricked out 4 on the money from Lloyd Livestock.
You know, every time a pig comes in, or every time a guy makes a description, I don't think everything always has to be about the pig. It encourages me every time that we talk about young breeders and young breeders trying to get out here and do their thing, and I think this is obviously no exception here. I like when those guys try to put a sow herd together and get out here and do it themselves. Obviously, this pig has got some very high quality pieces in terms of his shape and his extension up front. I think a very high quality pig, and again, kudos to that crew, for coming here for the first time and putting that pig together. I think a nice entry here from this crew.
Next in here is going to be the first one of the Fortner crew. The black-headed one is going to be tag 48. It's going to be a witness, no stranger. A good-looking pig they've had saved back for this particular sale. The mom would be a baby pig purchased from Ham Livestock at King's a couple years back. The other one that's kind of running under the chairs is going to be tag 85. That'll be a Beat It Up. Beat It Up is going to be a boar that was raised by the Wysoon firm, stands there at Foot Farms in the Lubbock area. Had a litter of those that got along very, very well. That'll be tag 85, the white one, a Beat It Up static. So their lead off is a belted, or the dark cross, to tag 48, and the white one is tag 85.
Well, the Fortner crew comes out and brings us a nice pair here, and while they may not be the most whip broke ones that have come through here today, I can assure you that we have fed pigs from this crew in the past that have fed extremely well, and I think this pair comes out here look like the good feeding type of pigs. I think hogs that have the right kind of build, have the right kind of proportions, the right kind of flexibility. I think to be very nice pigs. The Yorkshire pig there that's more towards the center of the ring now. That one's heavy duty in terms of his skeleton, in terms of his rib cage and his blade. Looks like a good feeding pig. And I know talking to Jacob there yesterday back in the back, I know he's awful high on that pig. I think that's a very good pair. Looks like a good feeding pair that are going to continue and do the right stuff. I think a good pair here to represent Fortners.
Not wrong at all. Alrighty, next in, single entry is going to be from Pell Livestock. One of the many Okies that we've got here. Corey, another young guy that has come got a pretty good relationship with the last couple of years. Has a pair of twins and became a dad this year. So we got to kind of kick it in the back yesterday about just kind of his new way of life and got to catch up. So Tag 41 is his single entry. This is an upwards Zabor. His first season's there at 66 Ventures, Evan Green. An upward top shelf, don't pass go. So the litter mate would have been set back for this, this one would have been set back for this from the beginning. Matron received incredibly well in their online sale. And the mother to this one is one they're building around. She would have just made the third overall Berkshire at OIE this year in 2025. And the grandmother wins a class at San Antonio for the Blunt firm a couple of years ago. Just recently raised a fourth overall Berk at Arizona National and the champion Berkshire Gilt at OIE. So Pell Livestock, single Berkshire male, tag 41.
You know, the Pell crew, the only connection that our crew has got there. Tylee showed the champion Berk at Dallas from them. I don't know, in 1945. I don't remember no one cares, but whatever year that was. I told you earlier, don't give up. Don't stop paying attention. This is one of my favorite pigs that's probably come through tonight in terms of breed, in terms of just his ability to be a good big one. This hog's awfully good. And I know what that Berkshire program's done, obviously, because of what those guys have produced over the years and the hogs that we've had success with. This one looks like he's got a very, very big chance to me. So, once again, study in, ask the breeders about him, but that's an awfully good one that Pell brings us.
Next in is going to be Austin Craig, another Okie that we've got here. CNC Show Pigs, a single entry. This is going to be a kind of cross-up Chester male, tag 22, be a Surf's Up WD-40 wedding night. A Chester Cross, the same sow family, would have raised a reserve white OPB last year at Austin. That was there in the rig and crew. Tag 22, CNC. His first year with us at Syndicate. We're happy to have him. Be a Chester male out of Surf's Up.
Well, Slim brings us a very nice Chester pig, and many of you that are sitting ringside may not know, but back in the day, these guys probably had this breed as figured out as much as anybody there for a short amount of time, and I didn't know if they still had Chester sows or not. And this thing comes back out, and man, this thing's awfully neat. He's got a very neat look and presence about him, and they've done an incredible job in terms of what they've done and what they've continued to represent with a very few number of sows of what they have of this particular color and breed, while maybe more so known for their belted ones and the white ones and things that have gotten along extremely well. Man, that's an awful good pig. I think that one's got a square hip. He's got the right kind of view as he turns and leaves you there. The crest of his neck, the look, and the extension he has ahead of his blade, yet the shape of his skull and the stoutness he has to his arm and the width at his chest. That's a very neat kind of Chester show pig there from C&C.
Alrighty, next in is going to be the single entry from Colson. Tag 21 will be a far and wide, saved by grace, never before. The mom would have originated from Cantrell. She's a never before grandma. This pig would have been Trick Daddy's mother. And the style made a division winner at Georgia last year and a class winner at the North American. So tag 21 from Colson, a far and wide.
Well, Evan's got a lot going on up there, and I would tell you that those pigs that he feeds, those pigs that he raises, are as competitive as anybody. And every year, year in and year out, Evan's got one that gets close or wins at OIE or in Texas or across the nation every year. And obviously, with their boar stud going on, you can look across. Across social or whatever you want to look at it. I'm honestly pretty happy for Evan on what they've done on their boar stud and how big of an impact they've made in our industry and how well those boars have been received and how well they've generated for people across the country. This pig is, again, probably not going to Phoenix, but I would say that Evan wouldn't have brought him if he wouldn't have had faith in him. Obviously, a little slow roll here, and I think this hog has got big pieces to be very competitive in March when you're ready.
Well, next up is going to be the crew here from Foot Farms. Jason's leadoff pig is going to be the spotted pig that comes in here first. That's going to be tag number 40, the yellow tag pig there, Incognito Ragweed. Simply put, here on their description, we love this guy, stout skulled, good looking, true shape, and spread up high. Stoked about what we saw out of Incognito this season. Our Ragweed mamas never let us down. Pig there from Foot. The second pig here is going to be tag number 80. That pig, the blue pig, would be a standing on business Nomad. Standing on business would be the $42,000 baby pig purchase from Keplinger at the established last year. Nomad sow would have originated from Polish. Continues to throw good bears, hit the backdrop every year. Pair here also note there on the blue pig, he is a crip. Just kidding. I got wrong information from Murdoch.
Alrighty, we're happy to have Foot here. We've got a spot in a blue one. He is definitely not a crip, but Jason, go ahead and talk him.
Well, Foot's program is very established, and those pigs have been good. Jason does a great job of breeding hogs, and obviously doing what he likes, and won't bend from that whatsoever. And I watched a couple of his pigs show this summer. There was a Burke pig. I know that has nothing to do with these two pigs out here, but he had a Burke pig that I saw at a jackpot, which once again no one cares, but was one of my favorite Burke pigs I've seen in a very long time. Again, it has nothing to do with these two pigs out here. But as I'm sitting here studying these pigs, a very nice pig from Jason. And, not every pig that we run through the ring has got to be 2 pounds and cute and hairy and have them dripping off their legs or what everybody else says. But these hogs look like they'll feed. Their angles read right. Their feet read right. And I think these hogs look like incredibly good big ones. And I can promise you that we all in this state have watched Jason do what he's done over the past couple years and have very good competitive big ones. And these will be in the mix wherever they go. So a very nice pair here from Foot. And I'll also remind you, if you don't know this, which I'm sure the majority of you do, there is a blue division here at San Antonio. So that blue one obviously fits size-wise to this show. So pay attention to that. If you're trying to look for blues, we've got them in Angelo. We've got them at San Antonio. We've also got them in Austin.
All right, next in here is going to be a pair of crossbreds from HF Genetics, Cassidy and Jimmy there. His leadoff is going to be tag 14, the yellow tag. The wider belted one's going to be a counting coop in the woods, never before. The mother would have raised a third heavy hamp at Houston this year, for the Posey family, and the $20,000 leadoff at Sloan's Top Shelf in the spring. His second round pig is going to be tag 61. Another counting coop, no turning back, never before. The mother of these is also counting coop's aunt. The grand overall, and it would have been the grand overall at Jim Wells County, I believe, last year. A pair of pigs from HF Genetics, Cassidy, a guy, again, that's in South Texas, so one of the shorter trips that we've had to make. And nothing against the pigs you brought in the past, Cassidy, but the ones that are here today are definitely the best pair that you brought to the Syndicate, so we're happy to have you.
Well, earlier this summer, I made my first trip to Port Lavaca, Texas, and I did not realize I was going to be within 4 miles of the coast when we arrived at Cassidy's. But certainly glad we made the trip. And once again, a younger guy that's done an incredible job of putting together a sow herd that he firmly believes in, and I think no matter what color they are, he's had success in the Berkshire deal. He's had success in the spot deal. He's had success with belts, whites, blues, whatever it is. He's done an extremely good job. He's a guy that has passion about what he likes. I think this pair of pigs represent that extremely well. Their look and presence through the front third of their body, the shape to their hind leg from the side. They're hogs that have genuine shape and genuine muscle with the right kind of width, the right kind of maturity pattern. I think a good pair here from HF Genetics.
Alrighty, next in is going to be the first of the final drive consignments, the belted one there that Jordan's on. Jordan's going to be a first-year consignor with us, but obviously absolutely no stranger, a guy from Arkansas that's done as much winning, putting boars and studs across the country, winning at all levels. His leadoff is going to be the one that he's on, the Dark Cross male. It's tag 30, the yellow tag. It'll be a dog-eat-dog, One Truth, White Noise. The grandmother would have just raised a reserve grand at Nebraska State Fair. And it's his favorite male out of the best litter of the summer. So first year consigner, he told me he had a pair saved back, and we're very happy to have him. His second rounder is going to be the solid white one. The Yorkshire male is going to be tag 71. another not afraid white noise. The mother of this one would have been the best white sow on the farm, and the mother of SJ, the Salty son that stands there at their house. Salty's been as prominent of a white boar across the country in the last couple of years, and obviously made plenty of a name for himself there at their place. The best pig out of an incredible litter of white ones that he's had this season. The white one will be tagged 71 with a red tag, and the leadoff will be tagged 30 from Leatherman. Final Drive Genetics.
Well, a very good pair here from Jordan, and I know Todd and I both have fed quite a few pigs here from Jordan, and I think both of our kids have probably gotten banners from pigs that we've gotten from Jordan. And if you didn't pay attention, Jordan had the champion Yorkshire here at San Antonio last year that Shacker had, and if Shacker could get him to win, then anybody could get him to win. But I think if you study this pair, whether you're looking for Yorkshires or looking for painted ones, I think both these are incredibly high quality, regardless of where you want to go. I think Jordan bought us a very nice pair. I would tell you to, again, get back up, study what you got. I think this pair could be as high level as anything that we've seen through the ring thus far.
Alrighty, next in is going to be a pair from our first-year consigner, Tin Roof Show Pigs, an Aaron Raspberry from Louisiana. And I'll be very honest. I've met Aaron a couple of times at the Players Pig Sale there in the spring and the fall that the McKinley and Reagan crew put on. A very good dude, and it's his first year here. Awesome Boys put a deal together this year to donate some money back to the Hill Country, and we were more than happy to step up and donate a consigner spot. Aaron and the Raspberry crew with Tin Roof, I'm very pumped that took full advantage of their opportunity to be in this sale. We don't take it lightly. We're happy that they're here, and we're very, very thankful that they were willing to give to that cause because they just awarded a whole bunch of money there a couple of weeks ago in the Hill Country. But Tin Roof, the first-year consigner, his leadoff will be tagged 31. That'll be the belted one there is a worldwide major league. He is a Crip, but that is from Tin Roof. The leadoff with a yellow tag is belted. And then the second one is going to be tagged 72. A Fear Not, One Truth. Again, 2 pigs from Tin Roof.
Well, I think I actually met Aaron for the first time in January up there when I was up there judging Breeders' Cup, and we got to drive around, look at some boars, and hang out with some of the other folks from Louisiana. But man, he's a very good guy. I certainly enjoyed the conversation, the opportunity to visit with him, and I think he drops this pair in here, and I think that's a very good pair. But I'll be honest with you, I kind of sat up in my seat a little bit when I saw that yellow tag one come out. Man, that thing's got a very interesting look and a very interesting build. Man, that thing's head shape is awfully neat. He's got a big kind of arm and chest laid into him. His rib cage is neat, but yeah, what's so unique is he turns, and as he leaves, man, that is a big, wide, square pin set with a very functional, very good kind of hind leg laid into him as he turns and walks away. That's an awfully neat kind of show pig, and that's nothing to take away from the off-belted pig. That one's got a neat look and shape as well. Got a big hind leg laid into him too. But that's a very, very good pair. I really, really do like that wide-belted pig there to go ahead and lead off for Tin Roof here. A good pair from a first-year consigner.
It's a sports bar, damn it.
Alrighty, the next pair in here is going to be from Horsford Show Pigs. His leadoff is going to be the bigger spot male. It'll be tagged 32 with a yellow tag. That's going to be a Titan, allegedly. Obviously, Titan in this breed specifically doesn't need any introduction, and Horsford in this breed as well is just kind of the same story. Caleb's a good dude we met in the last couple of years, and has kind of helped us get through layover in Barras and helped us kind of feed him to the finish line every couple of years. Tag 32 is going to be a crossbred, Titan allegedly. Comes from the foundation of his spot firm there. That sow's produced multiple class-winning barrows and gilts as well across Texas majors. She's also the mother and the grandmother to every spot sow that they've got in production. She's the mother of Take 3, which again I said earlier is a litter that we had last year, and the sire of another couple of pair of spots in this sale today. I've seen multiple videos, multiple Snapchats, and a lot of inquiries on that spot male there, yellow tag 32. The next one that, with a little bit of work, is going to be more Poland marked. It'll be tag 73, Titan, heads up allegedly. The mother of this one is a 29-3 heads up sow. That's absolutely a generator. Her mate brothers were in top 3 at all Texas majors that they exhibited at last year, and litter mate gilt was extremely successful extremely well received, at Foot Farm's second sale. So. Keep them in the spots, put them in the Polands. It really doesn't matter. A good breeder, a good dude, and a good pair of dark OPBs here from Horsford.
The one thing I would say is look in here. The guesswork's about done with what their size and maturity is at, and I would tell you Caleb is one of the guys that I respect as much as anybody in our state in terms of his talent, his ability to build pigs, and for them to be good when it matters. And these look like they'll be good when it matters in terms of their immaturity, their size, their stoutness of skull, and their spread down low and their toe spread. I think these hogs are awfully good. I saw them last night in the preview, and honestly, these two spots probably hit me as good as anything. I thought they were definitely in the top end of what needed to be sold, tonight. These two are good, and I would say here on this setting, on this stage, those two right there could be probably as competitive as anything that we've got in the spot breed is what we've seen this weekend. Very, very nice pair here from Caleb.
Alrighty, next in is going to be a single entry from Kelso Genetics. This will be tag 29. A crossbred Chester male. Is a blue collar, let the beat build. A pretty unique pedigree here in a first-year consigner. From down where we're at, these might as well be neighbors. They're from Marion, Texas, right around the corner from us, and the name in our area, in our county, is been there as long as any. Multiple generations in terms of raising show pigs, along with the Real firm and a couple others. And since then, Cody and Colton have taken it over, and they've become really good people. They're easy to cheer for in our area. We've watched them win with multiple breeds, and both of them, as brother and sister, have tapped into boars and sows and females for multiple sales in the last couple of years. And I'll be honest, Cody put a lot of pressure on me last year at the sale. As soon as the sale was over, she said, hey, me and Colton want to be a part of this. I promise you we're going to bring our best one, and if he's not good enough, we're not going to come. And I saw a video that Colton sent me a week ago, and I like this pig. I like this pig a lot. I've told all my families about him. I think he's a good feeding pig and a unique pedigree. So tag 29 is single entry, a crossbred Chester, a blue collar, let the beat build from Kelso Genetics.
Well, certainly a family that's a steeped with history and in terms of raising pigs, and the guy sitting to my right here off the edge of the block just a little bit knows that this breed is incredibly hard right now, and it is, because in order to make them with that kind of look, shape, and muscle, a lot of times you have to give up in terms of being able to make them that loose and that flexible. That's a neat kind of a pig. I think he's got the right kind of look and presence from the side. Got a big square hip and a good functional hind leg laid into him there. Kelso firm brings us a good one. They only bring us one. Like Matt said, certainly happy to have them. I think a very good pig to represent their firm for a first year. Neat kind of Chester show pig here in the ring day or tonight.
Alrighty, the next pair in here is going to be from Todd Show Pigs, Mike Toch. Again, another guy that's not far from here. His leadoff will be the one that Taylor's on there, the yellow tag 44, be a money in hand promotion. And then the Berkshire that Ensley's on there is going to be tag 83 and unhinged, top it off. Just in the last couple of years, or I guess this past show season, the Land family that's real close to us has fed a couple pigs out of the Tots firm, and to be honest, I couldn't be more pleased. They feed well, they respond well, they do all the right things, and I went and looked at pigs at Mike's place, I guess, about a month ago now, and we looked through 9 pens. I wrote down a bunch of notches, and whenever I left there, I called Travis and I said, hey, I think 50% of these or more I like a lot. And we've kept in touch, and I told Mike, I said, hey, just pick a pair of them out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they look like in terms of just bloom or anything like that, because Mike's pretty black and white. But the success that they've had in the last couple of years at all Texas majors, bears and gilts, whether we fed them or whether we've seen them, we like them. We like this pair a lot. So tag 44 is going to be the crossbred, and then tag 83 is going to be the Berkshire from Toch.
Talon, you like that pig? Do you have any idea why your dad brought him? Why you're not showing him? Neither do I. You're a senior? And you're not feeding that pig? Okay, good job, Dad. All right. Very nice pair of pigs. The Toch family, again, when I get on the mic sometimes the stories are more important than pigs, and most of the time they are to me. That's an incredibly good family that if you're in our state and you've watched what that family's done over the last couple of years, they've had an incredible amount of success, and they're just a genuinely good family. This is a good set of pigs. You guys don't care what I think about them. I like the pigs. I think both of them have got very, very high ceilings. If my daughter was a senior and I raised that pig, I would not have brought him, but that was not my vote, obviously. You got the Berkshire pig on the far side. I think it's got an awesome look, very good shape, very unique for a Berkshire. Nice, very nice pair of pigs here from the Toch family.
Alrighty, the next one in here is going to be a pair of them from Shuffler Show Pigs, and this is going to round out the preview. Tag 48 is going to be the yellow tag there that starts it off. He's going to be the Duroc male. It'll be a door kicker, picture perfect. Sorry, excuse me. Kylie's yelling at me. Tag 43, correction, is going to be the leadoff. That'll be an 8-liter door kicker, picture perfect. Will be the Duroc male. Duroc, or the door kicker, is going to be a board that stands there at the house. It'd be a POW back on a green bottle sow. POW is going to be a work of art. Here's the deal. They've tied in the Duroc deal pretty deep the last couple of years. Tag 43 will be their leadoff, and that's the male. And then tag 82 is going to be another door kicker, 25-liter. It'll be a door kicker optimized. This gilt's mother originated from Farnham out of POW's mother. Again, 2 Duroc pigs from Shuffler Show Pigs. The male's going to be the leadoff, tag 43, and the gilt is going to be tag 82.
Well, a pair here from Shuffler as we go and finish up. I encourage you, every one of you, to make sure to stay hooked. I know it's been a long day, but I think we got a nice pair out here to finish us up. And our Syndicate preview, that red male comes out here, and as I stated earlier, as a breed right now, it's hard to build them with that kind of chest, that kind of blade shape, that kind of forerib shape, and still make them flexible in their shoulder with the right kind of look and presence up front. that pig does it to a very high degree. He's got a good hip and hind leg. The gilt follows suit in terms of how she's put together. Shuffler's done a very good job, and once again, another one of those guys that does it across multiple breeds. May not have as many sows as what some of us do in the building, but I think he's done an incredible job putting together what he has in multiple of those breeds. I know that that boar that those are out of, that thing's caused a little bit of a stir here as of late. Those pigs that have come out have been extremely good. Excited to see that. I think a good pair here to finish this up on our preview. Congratulations to Dustin on a nice pair here to finish this up. Stay hooked. Stay tuned for the sale here this evening.
All righty, a little bit of housekeeping. First things first is we need to get a trailer out of this door to my right. There's a pair of white dualies kind of in the way. If we could have them moved temporarily, 15 minutes, we'll hook up a forklift, get the Jimmy Juice box trailer out that door. We can have them moved, that'd be great. As far as sale numbers and registration, straight ahead, the navy blue tablecloth, the girls are at the table. Again, if you have a buyer's number from King's, it will have a blue line at the top. That one will not be good. So if you purchase something with that buyer number, it will not work. You need to have a new buyer number, new registration with our people at our table. The girls are set up for you. I believe there's a couple more raffle tickets for sale. We're going to go ahead right at 6:30 is going to be start time in terms of the sale. That'll give the Kennedy Ventures crew a few minutes just to move some speakers, set some stuff up in the sale ring. We're going to go ahead and recognize the scholarship recipients that we're going to award this year right before then. So 6:30 is the plan to get a start time, a solid start time. If y'all want to get a buyer's number, go ahead and get a drink and find a seat up in the front. We're going to get rolling here in just a little bit. Thanks a bunch.